This is a catcher's throwing analysis video for Zahgros Tanner. Zahgros is 12 years old. He's on the Bombers 12 Red team. He's been doing the catcher's clinics for several months now, and honestly, it shows. This throw is pretty good. We're going to break it down, look at a couple things that I think he can do to shave a little bit of time off, and highlight a couple of the areas where he's grown really well and thinks he's doing uh, really much better than he used to. So let's first watch this at full speed. Here is Zahgros going down to second. Nice throw, nice throw. So let's start this over. Let's run it at a slow speed. So we're doing these throws dry. And what we mean by that is the ball is in the mitt to start. We want to isolate the throwing mechanics and not have the catchers have to worry about receiving the ball maybe in a different location. Start it so that it's in the ideal location. So looking at his setup here, let's go back to right here before his first move. Here we have the first thing we're going to look at is his feet. Boom, boom. What we'd like to see is the catcher having his right foot, the plant foot on the throw, just a little bit back. So he's in a good, solid base position to slide that foot over once the move to second goes, so he can stab forward with the left foot and throw. And as you will see, Zahgros here is perfectly set up that way. We want to see the hand protected behind the hip. Zahgros has got it in perfect position. The only thing I would say on this is he's cheating a little bit with his shoulders. If you'll notice his right shoulder here, that's back a little bit. I would like to see him stay a little more square. He's kind of on this line here, and I would like to see him maybe just be a little more square to the throw from the pitcher, were there a pitcher actually to throw it. In case that ball skips off the dirt, comes in, boom, boom, he's in a good position then when he's square to drop down and block it. Rather than if that right shoulder there is dropping, that ball can come in, skip off him, and go off, and there's no way to catch the runner. Otherwise, though, this is a pretty good setup. Zahgros used to stand up way too high in his crouch. He's fairly low here. I would like to see him get even a little bit lower, get that butt down a little bit. But still, this is showing really vast improvement. I think, if he keeps stretching, keeps strengthening those legs, he will be able to get into a nice low, compact setup for receiving the ball. So let's watch his feet now specifically. Let's scroll the video. So watch that right foot right there. Comes up a little bit. Good. He's got a firm plant. Look at that. He's firmly on the ground. Now that left foot is going to step forward a little bit. He's maybe stepping a little bit farther than I'd like, but not bad. That's pretty much solid footwork. There's not much I would recommend to change with that, other than I know we're looking at this in slow-mo, but looking just actually physically speeding up the move, like just making those feet get down faster. But otherwise, that's pretty good footwork right there. Now, looking as he comes, before we get to the hands, let's watch where the level of the ball is. So the ball is right about, that's a little low, ball's right about there. So when he moves, he stands up. Look at how high up he's standing. So what I would like to see a little more is, instead of taking his energy up when he springs out of his crouch, take it a little more forward. Keep those knees bent, so that right now you'll see here he is. He gets back bent a little bit, like so he sort of comes up. You see his leg is perfectly straight right here. Boom. And he bends it a little bit, but I would like to see him just a little bit lower down, so that with that leg here is maybe more at a closer to a 90-degree angle, kind of like that, so that he can then explode right into the throw towards second, take all of his body's energy towards second. So eliminate some of the up and down kind of whack-a-mole pop-up type of look, and get a little more like explosive, like a cannon, straight towards the base. Now let's scroll back a little bit and let's look specifically at his hands. A reminder of what we want to see is the catcher is taught to throw from his ear. It's the fastest way to do it. So you just take the ball to your ear and gun it. So we want that mitt to just go boom right to his ear. His hand comes up, the throw goes out. A lot of guys, and Zahgros was one of those guys, have a tendency to kind of swoop the mitt over here, grab the ball low, and make a big kind of overhand throw, which a catcher just doesn't have time to do. That just takes too long, and the runner will be safe. So let's keep our eye on that mitt. He turns it nicely, boom. Transfer is affected probably right about here. So look at that. That's actually really close to where we want it to be. Vast improvement here. Really kind of a good transfer height, good transfer place. Scrolling on, let's look at the throw. So look at that front shoulder here, his left shoulder. He's got it pointed nicely towards the base. He's really the second base. He's got it very closed, so he's ready to explode his body into that throw. If he were just a little lower, boy, it would be a super powerful throw. So he comes, he doesn't reach very far back. If you see where the ball is right now, it's still kind of right by his ear. He's not reaching all the way back like he used to. A lot of that is just a function of the fact that he's older and stronger, and he can make the throw from his ear. So here's something right here that we see that I'd like him to work on a little bit. So you see his front, his throwing shoulder, his right shoulder, he's pushing it forward. He's kind of pushing the ball with his back shoulder, and it's less explosive from the ear up here. That just puts a little bit of undue stress on the shoulder and the elbow. It's not quite as powerful of a throw, but not a heck of a lot to complain about there. It's a minor thing that he can work on. He stays closed for a long time into that throw. He follows through nicely. Boom. So with Zahgros, this is just really pretty fantastic for him from where he's come over the last couple of months. Really just the first lesson, stay down, keep down. So when you stand up, when you uncoil your legs, you lose that spring, you lose that power. Almost all of a human's strength comes from below their belt, not above the belt. The area below the waist is the strongest part of the body. And when you stand all the way up, uncoil those muscles, you don't get a chance to use your lower body to propel the ball into the throw. So he's taking a little bit out of the equation here that he could be using, but he transfers the weight forward well. This is really what we want to see. So Zahgros, basically just keep that ball down, make sure to keep that throwing shoulder back, and you're well on the way towards catching a lot of runners this season. Well done. Congratulations. Thanks.